Hello, I'm Amy. Follow my journey by liking and following this channel. I don't have a father, or rather, I don't know who my father is. I grew up in the love and sacrifice of my mother. She worked hard for me to have a fulfilled life like other children. However, my mother's health had declined remarkably by the year I entered university. She could no longer afford to take care of everything for me. I wanted to share the burden with my mother. I couldn't let her bear it all alone anymore. Not long after enrolling, I immediately went looking for part-time jobs everywhere. Fortunately, a cafe near the school accepted me as a waitress with a pretty good salary. My work-study life started from there. The days went by and everything was going well. I have met many exciting guests at the cafe, but most special of them all was probably that person. Same as always?
Yes, please. One espresso ristretto, strong and low sugar.
I stared at the man who had just ordered. His usual seat was in the corner. It was almost exclusively for him because no one chose to sit in the dark place. What an odd customer. He was so unique that I couldn't concentrate on work every time that handsome face appeared. Hey, focus! Wendy's call woke me up, and I quickly returned to work. But sometimes, I still unconsciously looked there. I suddenly realized that I already had a crush on this man. I didn't know whether it was for his masculine handsomeness, his considerate and gentle attitude, or his generosity when he always left a tip. I wasn't sure which of those qualities made me fall for him. My heart just skipped a beat whenever our eyes met or when he smiled. Lately, I've been seriously sleepless and often lose focus when working. Sleepiness caused me to stumble and spill coffee on the customer's shirt. I'm sorry, sir. Your shirt.
It's okay. Just a little dirty.
The voice sounded unhappy, making me even more worried. Did you bring any spare? You can change. I can wash this one for you. He left and came back with a new shirt. I didn't have to wait long. Just 5 minutes later, the coffee-stained shirt was in my hand. Sorry, sir. I will wash it and send it to you in a few days. Oh, let me give you another serving. At the end of my shift, I brought the coffee-stained shirt back home, trying to remember how to wash a white shirt. Don't say I'm useless that fast. My mother loved me, so she never let me do housework, but I couldn't let my mother wash this shirt. Honey, why are you doing the laundry today? Just leave it to me. I will take care of it later. Oh no, this is nothing. I was careless and spilled coffee in the customer's shirt, so I brought it home to wash for them. I answered briefly and then focused on the coffee stain on the shirt. After finishing, I wiped my hands, returning to the house and met my mother's stern look. Daughter, I think that person you mentioned isn't just a customer, right? You're still in school. I don't think you should fall in love too soon. Besides, all men are bad. Mom, not all men are the same. He's different, and it wasn't a relationship yet. Stop overthinking. I knew she worried about me because she also went through a painful love affair. I supposed the best thing I could do then was reassure her. A few days later, while cycling to work, a car sped past and stopped sharply in front of me, causing me to hit its rear and fall onto the road. Fortunately, I was not injured. However, as soon as I got up, the man in the car rushed towards me.
What the hell have you done? You scratched my car. Pay me back.
It's not my fault. It's because you were driving fast and then suddenly stopped. Because I had no evidence, I gradually lost my ground before his aggressive attitude. At that moment, a luxury car stopped on the side of the road. The person getting out of that car was that unique guest. Perhaps he realized I was in trouble, so he came to help. I immediately felt reassured when I saw him.
What's going on here?
I frantically explained everything. The unique customer spoke up as I finished speaking, leaving me speechless. The other driver didn't even have time to talk back.
How much?
The driver smiled like he had found gold, quickly said a number, and received money from the unique customer. I watched him take the money and couldn't hide my anger. Sorry, please let me know how can I contact you so I can send you the money later. Luckily, thanks to this nonsense accident, I had the chance to save his phone number and learn his name was Cletus. When I got paid every week, I would set aside a portion of the money and meet Cletus to pay it back. After a few times like that, I paid off my debt. I was disappointed because I no longer had a reason to see Cletus again. Suddenly, he invited me out for a meal. I didn't know why, but I immediately agreed with joy. I spent the whole day preparing for the date and quickly left the house before my mother caught me. Cletus took me out to eat at a luxury restaurant. We chatted happily. I realized that Cletus was a warm person. He wasn't as cold as he seemed. That made me fall in love with him even more. After that day, the number of times he asked me out increased. But my mother's objections forced me to be secretive about whenever I went on a date. One time, when Cletus brought me home after we had just gone to the movies, my mother caught me. I went into the house in a nervous mood. Amy, why don't you listen to me? I'm still listening to you. I like him. Like? Just because you like him, you ignore your mother's objections? Do you know who he is? Where he's from? And what does he do? I remained silent because I didn't know what my mother had just asked. I was so infatuated with Cletus that I didn't care about other things. You don't have a clue, do you? Yet, you dare to say you like him. So, does he like you? Do you know how devious a man can be? Can you stand being hurt? Do you think you have what it takes to start a relationship? I've never seen my mother so angry before. Perhaps my mother became obsessed with men after her mistake 20 years ago. But clearly, my mother imposed her thoughts on me. Not all men were bad guys. I love him. He's very gentle and considerate with me. That's enough. After that, I left the room. I couldn't hear what my mother said. She wasn't me. How would she know if Cletus was good or not? After a series of happy dates, Cletus officially confessed his love to me. He gave me a sparkling diamond ring. I nodded in agreement and hugged him. Even though I knew my mother could be angry, I ignored her. I didn't need anyone else but me to understand this happiness. Throw that bouquet away right now. Focus on your studies. You're not allowed to have a relationship. Mom, leave me alone. I'm a big girl. Did I raise you until now just for you to ignore me? But we love each other. He doesn't love you. He's just taking advantage of your innocence to play around with you. From now on, quit your work. You only need to go to school and come home. No, you can't forbid me to love him. After many arguments with my mother, I knew she would never understand. So, I decided to follow my heart and leave. Cletus was waiting in the car. I just had to carry my suitcase and go with him. Cletus rented us our new apartment. I like this place. I still went to school as usual. The only difference was that instead of riding a bicycle, Cletus used a luxury car to take me to school. My classmates all thought I was dating a wealthy man and people looked at me with judgmental eyes. They were partly right. Cletus was wealthy indeed. Anyway, I was still happy because I felt I had made a good choice. I also followed Cletus's wish and quit my part-time job at the cafe. Cletus would give me some money every month. In the early days of living together, Cletus often took me to restaurants and shopping centers to shop. I never asked for anything from Cletus. I always thought that if two people loved each other, just from being together was enough. From the day I left home, my mother called me back at first, but I always thought she was wrong to judge all men based on just one bad guy. Over time, my mother stopped calling. Maybe she finally ignored me as I wanted. But the lack of my mother's attention didn't worry me. On the contrary, it was more comfortable because I now had Cletus's love. I thought I had a good life, but lately, Cletus wasn't as passionate as before. We dated less and he stopped giving me gifts. That day, when Cletus was on the phone on the balcony, I overheard him saying something related to me, so I listened in the back.
Yeah, she can't cook. We've been eating out all the time. It's okay. I have money anyway. It's just a few meals. It's no big deal.
To make Cletus proud to tell his friends about me, I decided to learn to cook. The next day, when Cletus got home, waiting for him was delicious food. Why are you so late today?
Something came up, so I have to take care of it.
Oh, take your bath. I prepared it for you. I also made dinner. Cletus didn't answer, only quietly enjoyed my care. Watching Cletus enter the room, a beautiful picture of a happy family suddenly appeared before my eyes.
What do we have for dinner?
Steak. He learned it online. I was excited to see him try it.
It's fine.
It's been a while since we've been to a restaurant. Yesterday, I saw an internet ad about a newly opened restaurant. It opened recently. How about we...
No, I like your cooking better. Tastes homely.
I laughed when I heard that. Eating at home turned out to be great. I hid my burned hand under the table. From that day on, I went to the kitchen to make delicious food for him daily. I also gradually used kitchen tools more proficiently, no longer getting burned. Then, Cletus came home more and more late. The reasons he gave were all due to work. Although I wasn't happy, I understood that work was very important to him. Whenever I felt disappointed, I confided in Wendy. She was still a good friend. I went to school by bicycle again. My friends all thought that my wealthy man had abandoned me. Deep down in my heart, I was also scared that Cletus would not like me anymore. I needed to do something to warm up her feelings. I applied for a part-time job at the old cafe with Wendy. I wanted to work to earn some money. Making your own money was better and more meaningful than spending others. This time, Wendy cheered me on enthusiastically. The following morning, I went to the kitchen to cook, intending to listen to Wendy and bring food to Cletus today. I stood dumbfounded in front of the massive building. Then, I nervously went inside, wondering what Cletus would say when he saw me. I easily found Cletus's office, but the girl stopped me before I could knock. Who are you? I'm here to find Cletus. Ah, the director is not at the office. If you don't have an appointment, go home. I'm his girlfriend. Why do I need an appointment? You girls all say the same thing. Go away. Just as the girl was about to call security to get me out, Cletus pushed open the door and stepped out. I happily ran over to him and handed him the prepared food box. Cletus frowned and took it.
Why are you here?
I came to give you food. It's not good to eat out. Didn't you say you like my cooking?
Yes, if you don't have anything else, go home. Be careful.
I was disappointed. I thought Cletus would take me on tour of this place. After that, I cook food for him every day. At night, after work, he will bring the empty box home. He didn't criticize or say anything about the lunchbox. When I asked about the food, Cletus just hummed. I started to doubt him. So that day, after handling Cletus his lunchbox, I immediately didn't leave as always. I hid behind the nearby wall and looked out.
As always, empty it and bring the box to my room.
Yes, sir. I stood there looking confused. I quickly turned to go into the elevator, the door closing to hide the tears that rolled down my face. I didn't know where I went wrong to make Cletus act like this. After that, I stopped cooking food for him. Cletus didn't even ask me why. We were all silent. Only Wendy knew I was disappointed. Cletus hadn't talked to me much lately, but I still took pictures and sent him everything I did for the day. He just left them unseen and didn't reply. Occasionally, he would say, okay, and then stop. Have you been ever busy lately?
Yes.
Are you so busy that your lover texted you and you didn't even look at it?
You think I have as much free time as you?
I was surprised. Why did Cletus have that thought? I was also trying for the life of the both of us. I started work part-time and even did housework. How could he think that? I angrily turned away, went into my room, buried my head in the blanket and cried. Cletus never came to comfort me. The feeling of despair that blossomed inside me made me sob even more. I could hear the sound of the door opening outside the living room. He was gone. The next day, we were like strangers. I kept thinking about us breaking up. Tears welled up in my eyes. Okay, I admit, I cannot live without him. I gave in, apologized, and made peace.
I must return to my home country this weekend. The work here is steady.
Going home? Can I come with you?
No, the procedure's very complicated. Wait until everything settles down. I'll guarantee you to come over later.
I bowed my head in disappointment and accepted. He was right. After all, I still have to go to school. I quietly helped him with the luggage and told him to remember to pick me up. I took his passport from the drawer. I opened it curiously, but he snatched it back. I just saw an address in it and then heard his voice.
What are you doing? Don't play around without my permission.
He left. The house was empty except for me. My calls to him only received long beeps. It took a long time for him to reply, but only empty excuses. I was desperately looking for a reason to believe him. Wendy advised me to give up. It was clear from recent signs that Cletus no longer had feelings for me, but I chose to wait. Housing, school fees, and living expenses fell on me, but I couldn't ask anyone for help. It turns out that by losing Cletus, I lost everything. That day, my mother suddenly came to find me. She probably got the address from Wendy. She advised me to go home, but I refused. Maybe Cletus would come and take me with him. If I went home, he wouldn't be able to find me. Mom was left. Waiting makes my faith fade away. A bold decision popped into my head. I should find Cletus. After over 2 months of hard work, I finally had enough money to buy a plane ticket. In a strange place, I went to the address I was lucky enough to see on Cletus's passport. I was dumbfounded when I saw the man I loved thoughtfully carrying a basket for another woman. Next to them were 2 lovely children. I saw him smile very brightly, a smile that I had not seen in the past half a year. Who are you looking for? I'm looking for... Whose house are you looking for? This area isn't easy to navigate. Let me show you.
Take the children to the car first, darling. I can show her the way.
They kissed, and she led the 2 children to a nearby car. She?
That's my wife.
What about me?
What are you doing here? We've already ended since I left.
You promised. I wanted to hold his hand, but he moved away. A feeling of helplessness enveloped me. The corners of my eyes stung.
Okay, now you know everything. Get back to where you come from.
He slipped me some money, then turned and left. Tears flowed out of my eyes. What did I do wrong? Did he just give me money out of pity? All of my efforts turned out to be worth only a few bills. I felt so cheap. I sat down on the side of the road and cried like a child. I threw away the ring that Cletus gave me. Nothing was holding me back here anymore. I returned home and fell into the arms of my mother and friends. I suddenly realized this was my true happiness, a simple but priceless one.